Deciding between purchasing a new construction home or buying a resale home can be pretty overwhelming. There are so many differences that exist between the two types of homes, it can make your decision-making process super difficult to make. So today, we're breaking down some of the main differences that you should know before you make your decision on whether you want to buy new construction or a pre-owned home. And we're getting after it right now.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. My name is Jonathan. This is Trevor. We're the Alamo City Living team, and here we talk about everything that you want to know about living in San Antonio and the entire surrounding area. We're also licensed real estate agents here in San Antonio, which means not only do we enjoy making videos for you guys, we would love even more to help you with all your real estate purchase needs. So the number popping up on the screen is how you contact us. Feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. We would love to help you and your family make a smooth move here to San Antonio. And before we get started, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We post videos every single week and you do not want to miss them. All right, buying a new construction home can be absolutely amazing. From picking your lot to building it from the ground up, choosing how many bedrooms you're gonna have, the finishes and the fixtures, it can all be great. There's so many positives when it comes to building new construction. When it comes to resale, it can also be very positive. There's a lot of positives when it comes to buying a pre-owned home. The location, the establishment that's built up around it, so many great things, but you know, which one is right for you? It really just all depends. I know that my wife and I, we purchased several homes. They've all been new construction. Trevor has some experience with purchasing resale. We have some experiences here. Maybe you have your own experiences. And I think one of the biggest differences, like we discussed, Trevor, is the location. Right now we're standing in a new construction home, and the entire area around this neighborhood is all being developed. It's all new. We don't know really what stores are gonna go in a mile down the road. We don't know what the neighborhood is gonna look like when it's completed. And so that's one of the biggest differences, I think, with new construction, right?
Yeah, you're 100% right. And now that's not always the case with new construction, because there are situations that, and they're kind of few and far in between, where they establish a neighborhood and, they establish the area around it, they establish a shopping center, and they build the neighborhoods towards that. But it's just not as common as them building a neighborhood and then building up around the neighborhood, like especially in some of our master plan communities. For instance, Alamo Ranch, we're not too far from there. If you look at Alamo Ranch, it's a master plan community where they built the area and the amenities around that community after they built all the houses in the neighborhoods. So you didn't really know what you were going to get. It's a gamble either way that you look at it, but if that's something you're willing to bet on, hey, then fantastic, because a lot of times it works out for the better. As we talk about new construction, another one of the benefits to purchasing one of these homes and having it built to your specs is usually the materials and the appliances. Some of the things that go into your home, they're usually more energy efficient due to the updated technology that just kind of happens over time. As long as it's a reputable builder, you're usually getting items and materials that are more energy efficient and usually are going to help you save money in the long run.
Because of the cost of materials and labor and new technology that can go into purchasing a new construction home, a lot of times those homes are going to be more expensive than a resale home. For instance, in my neighborhood, when I purchased our home, the home next door was completed. It was thousands of dollars cheaper for the person who bought it a little bit later, because they didn't have to accrue the cost of all the materials and the lot premium and all these other costs that are associated with new construction that the builder adds to the price of that house.
Now, another main difference between pre-owned homes and new construction homes, whenever you're building a home, the price that it is listed at is not always the price that it's going to be sold at. A lot of times when people go into a builder and they decide, hey, we want to build this home and we want to do this, fast forward to closing time and you see all the upgrades that have been made and you see all these things that were factored in here that weren't necessarily in that original price. A lot of people are shocked by that. When you're purchasing a resale home, you don't always have to worry about that price difference. What you see is what you get.
Some of the costs that are added to the base price of a new construction home can be things like the elevation, again, some of the additional upgrades that you are wanting to do to that house. Now, when we're talking about an elevation, typically a builder will have several different elevations for each different floor plan. The elevation refers to how the house looks on the outside. That can be, you know, an A-frame peak, or the different brick or stone or stucco that they use to give it a different look. You may have two houses that are side by side that have the same floor plan but have different elevations. And each elevation is gonna come with a different price. The best elevation that a builder has is gonna be a lot more expensive than their base elevation.
If you're firm on a budget and you don't have any wiggle room or flex, then pre-owned might be a better option to consider depending on your situation. So we're kind of talking about lot premiums here in the area and you know the way the neighborhoods are being built up for new construction. One thing, and I know, Jonathan, this is a big thing for you. If you've seen any of our other videos, I don't think we've gone one video without mentioning it.
And we never will.
Never will. You're always going to hear it every single video. Mature trees, neighborhoods that have been established, right? There's a certain vibe to them.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like I mean, I'm sure you've been in one of these neighborhoods before, but when you go through it, you can just feel it. It's like, man, like this is nice, man. This is legit.
So I grew up in a neighborhood that was established, had huge trees. I grew up, you know, just north of Houston in a small town, and it was the neighborhood was beautiful. It was like something from a movie.
Yeah.
Big trees, you know, I love that. And so now, whenever I drive through neighborhoods, I like established neighborhoods. I like big old trees that have been there a long time. It's awesome.
Yeah, same with me. I grew up, we lived with my grandparents for a while, and they had like 2 acres that were actually within the city limits, and they had huge trees coming up. And I remember whenever we moved from that to, kind of like you, whenever we moved from that to another home, you know, we had some trees, but they're kind of like, they're okay. So if that's something that's important to you, then you're probably gonna wanna consider moving into a resale home. If you're wanting the mature trees with the super fancy lots and the, you know, that kind of charm to it, then resale might be the way to go for you. And again, if you don't care about trees, you just want a home on a lot, then don't worry about any of this. In new construction, hey, that's still a great idea.
Now, one of the big things that you might see between resale and new construction is the variance in property tax. What I'm talking about is when you first purchase a home in new construction, in a new construction area, you're gonna see a change in your property taxes year over year for quite some time, typically. A lot of times they might start off a little bit lower, but as the area begins to get developed and commercial establishments come in and the area becomes very popular, you're gonna see an increase in your property taxes. I know that I have, and it's horrifying. Man, it can be a drag.
And we touch on property taxes in several of our other videos. We'll drop the link up here so you can check them out whenever you have a little bit of time. But that's something to note, especially if you're not from here.
Now, another thing and very important thing to remember when you're purchasing new construction as it refers to taxes is that first year when you purchase the home, you are not gonna have an assessed value of your house. And so your tax bill typically is gonna be extremely, extremely low. It's very important that whoever you set up your escrow with, they take out an anticipated amount of taxes for that first year, because when you get that first year's tax property bill, if they have not been taking out enough in property taxes, you're gonna have a huge bill that you're gonna have to pay out of pocket. All right, guys, those are just some of the differences to consider when you are in the market for purchasing a house and you're not sure if you want resale or new construction. Make sure, again, that you guys hit that like and subscribe button because we do post videos every single week and you don't want to miss them.
Whether you plan on moving in the next few weeks, the next few months, please reach out. Don't hesitate. Shoot us a text, shoot us an email, give us a call. We'd love to help you make a smooth move to San Antonio. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.